folks have been asking me for years, why not do a top 10 video on something? My response, don't you have Screw Attack and Peanut Butter Gamer for that? Anyway, since this is my first time, I've asked some friends to help me out. Also, hey, if some of your favorite Wii U games aren't on this list, that's because this is our list, plus our trained team of chimps wouldn't budge. So keep the fanboy rage on a down low. Hate the game, not the player, son. We also aren't saying Wii U doesn't have any great games. We can only do 10 for this video. If people end up liking this, who knows what the future may bring, right? Anyway, without further ado, it's Nightwing and Friends' lame title, Top 10 Wii U Launch Games.
It's God Save the Scream, with Ubisoft's Zombie U. A reboot to a game that nobody's ever heard of. Zombie U casts you as a ever-replenishing member of the London public, who has made their way to the safe haven of the London Underground, and then has to abide to every whim of the bodiless voice only known as the Prepper. Which is ironic really, considering how much he prides himself on being so self-sufficient in the game. Now if you think you're going to go around guns a-blazing like most zombie shooters as of late, Resident Evil 6, then you're going to have your handed to you. As the zombie apocalyptic land of London, ammo is scarce, and your trusty cricket bat isn't exactly going to help you much with an oncoming horde who want to use your lower intestines as dental floss. So it's a slower pace that gives Zombie U its charm. It's a true definition of what survival horror actually is. So think more Demon's Souls than Left 4 Dead, and you've got the greatest third-party exclusive title for the Wii U. Heck, Ubisoft were so proud of the game that they convinced Nintendo to release a super awesome limited edition deluxe Wii U Zombie U console over here. So if you like caving in the heads of the living impaired in a more methodical manner, then Zombie U is right up your manor, and rightly deserves to be on this list.
Maxwell is back for an all-new adventure on the Nintendo Wii U, though this time he's brought friends from Mario and Link's World 2. Players can explore like never before on a continuous world map, where the game's only limitation is your imagination. Pretty much anything you can dream up you can create using the game's object editor, which gives creators lots of unique ways to solve the game's many puzzles. For instance, using a dragon to get a kitten out of a tree, or using mechas to quell a zombie riot. There are so many ways to play this game, and it's so much fun! Plus, for the first time, Scribblenauts can be played with a friend, so you can share your objects for even more zany good times. Not only that, but Maxwell is finally in high definition, and we learn the story behind his magic notebook. Due to our hero's selfishness, his sister Lily is slowly turning to stone. Only by fulfilling people's wishes can Maxwell have any hope of undoing his sister's curse. If you're looking for a relaxing game that lets your imagination run wild, then Scribblenauts Unlimited is the Wii U game for you. I mean, honestly, what other game lets you make machine guns that shoot bunny rabbits? Sold.
Assassin's Creed 3 is a fantastic new game in the Assassin's Creed series. Unlike the last few games, this one doesn't take place in 15th century Italy, but has moved to America during the Revolutionary War, fighting against the British. So you'll find all sorts of historical figures there that you'll probably recognize. George Washington leading the armies, Benjamin Franklin lost his papers for some side quest or something. You know, they're all over the place. If you love Assassin's Creed for the history, for being able to explore things from centuries ago, whole cities from centuries ago, then you're gonna love this, because this has you know, Boston, New York. It's basically just really cool. Aside from the historical stuff, it is also gameplay-wise better than Assassin's Creed 2. It doesn't have any revolutionary new changes, but it does improve on the gameplay mechanics that are already there. It just streamlines things a bit. It just takes the feedback from Assassin's Creed 2 and has improved on it. So if you liked the gameplay of 2, you'll most likely enjoy 3. Assassin's Creed 3 has a lot of good things going for it, really. The Wii U version is like other versions, but with a better interface, because the gamepad allows for better user interface. So it's basically, if you want to get the game, this is probably the version to do it with.
Okay, which one is better, a wizard, a thief, or a knight? Luckily, Trine 2 Director's Cut doesn't ask you that. because you get to play as all three. All this game is missing is a spear! The developer Frozen Byte has released one of the best Wii U games to date, and it isn't even a retail game. It's an eShop game, and an awesome one at that. Showcasing some of the best graphics I've seen on the Wii U so far. Trying to is so beautiful to look at, and easily conquers the competition. Die! But don't take my word for it, just let your eyes do it for you. The game is so much fun to play too. I've played the game before on PC and all the way through on the PS3, but I will tell you, nothing could prepare me for when I first played this game on the Wii U. Just one word comes to mind: pretty. While the graphics made me all tingly, the U gamepad is what stole my heart. It incorporates just enough touch controls to complement the gameplay without overstaying its welcome. Not to mention, drawing spells has never been easier. Take that, box! And what makes the Director's Cut so special is it has the new Goblin Menace DLC, plus a bonus exclusive level, the Dwarven Caves, which is only on the Wii U. If you're looking for a relaxing game that brings all your fantasies to life and slays goblins, then check out Trine 2 for the U.
Nintendo's always been really good about creating games that shows off what their hardware can do, and Nintendo Land is probably their best example of that. Nintendo Land offers up so much variety in both single player and multiplayer that's a game that you really need to have. I mean, sure, a game like Mario U is a lot of fun, but I still wanted to go back to Nintendo Land and try a lot of the games on there. The Donkey Kong Crash Course is one of the most fun things I've ever played, which was really surprising to me. Most of all, each attraction in Nintendo Land is worth coming back to, compared to something like Wii Sports where, you play for a couple times with your friends and family and then the novelty wears off and then you're kind of done with it. Whereas every attraction in Nintendo Land is worth going back to. Pikmin and Metroid are some of the best cooperative games you could possibly play. The Mario Chase and Luigi's Mansions are some of the best competitive ones. Or even doing single player and taking turns in like F-Zero, Donkey Kong Crash Course, or Balloon Trip will really keep you coming back. It's because Nintendo Land has so much variety and that each thing in there is really well made that Nintendo Land is probably one of the best games that the Wii U has.
Batman Arkham City is without a doubt one of the best games of this generation and has now finally come to Nintendo's Wii U in the form of Batman Arkham City Armored Edition. The Wii U version comes with certain features that the original version of the game for the 360, PS3, and PC did not come with. Batman and Catwoman in this game now don armored suits, which allow them more protection and allow them to do double damage when you activate a new mode called the BAT mode. And then the Wii U version of this game gives you access to Batman's arsenal through the Wii U gamepad. It works really well in my opinion and makes certain tasks a bit more involving without feeling too gimmicky. I love the Wii U version of this game though the most because it's the most convenient one, giving you easy access to all of your gadgets, and you also have a map on your gamepad at all times, which is really awesome for me because I have a terrible sense of direction, so it came in very handy to where I didn't have to constantly pop up the map, and I could just play through the game uninterrupted and just look quickly down on my Wii U gamepad to see where I needed to go next. Also, this is one of the few launch games for the Wii U that allows you to play the full game on the Wii U gamepad if you would like to do so, and it looks pretty fantastic on it and it still controls well. It basically is just like playing the 360 and PS3 version on your gamepad. Batman Arkham City Armored Edition is the ultimate version of one of the best must-have games of this generation and is a worthy addition to your Wii U's library.
That adorable blue fuzzball now commands the seas and the skies to do his bidding in Sonic AllStars Racing Transform. Rumor has it Sumo Digital beat Mario Kart 7 to the punch with the flying machines, but Rare and this tiny chimp were the first to claim victory on the N64. Anyway, Sega has really stepped up their A-game and Mario is shaking in his little plumber boots because transformed racing has improved a lot since Sega All-Stars Racing. Well, everything but drifting. Still, being able to transform into a car, boat, and jet is pretty exciting, unless Bay does it. So once again, past courses themed after old-school Genesis, Saturn, and Dreamcast titles test Sonic and his pals' racing abilities. It's not hard to tear up boating through molten lava in Death Alder's domain or fending off pirates in the skies of Arcadia. Aside from all the nostalgia tracks to swoon you over, 12 racers join the party, including that chick from GoDaddy.com, Disney's Wreck-It Ralph, Vise, Joe, and more are itching to compete for gold, and chili dogs. Transformed also features RPG elements where you can level up your driver's rank and unlock new playstyles too. Not to mention an exclusive Wii U minigame, being able to play the whole game on the U gamepad and allow 5 players to race against each other. The online play for this game is just as good as Mario Kart Wii 2. If you're looking for a great racing game for your collection, look no further than Sonic the Hedgehog and his racing pals for the U.
Warriors Orochi 3 Hyper for the Wii is so good. The creators of Dynasty Warriors were like, how can we make this series weirder? So, let's add some demon hydras. Done. The only hope for mankind is that the samurai and Chinese warlords team up and pull some sort of Back to the Future action. Yeah, it's the same old Dynasty game, but now with time travel. So, if like a character dies, then you can travel to an alternate timeline and save them. Can you even know how cool that is? Aside from all the hack and slash goodness, there's this new combo system that's done by switching between characters, and then you have this devastating triple attack. You can strengthen character bonds by talking to other team members and eating meals together, plus forge even better weapons. What makes the Wii U version the best is the U-Pad, because now you can play with a friend without that awful split screen thing. So one of you has the TV, and one of you has the little screen, and I'll be honest, the little screen is just as good. Other reasons this game is awesome are the exclusive characters like the Shrine Maiden from Dragon Sword, and the new online multiplayer mode called Duel Mode. If you haven't already, check it out. It is super fun. Not a lot of people know about it, or they're just sort of overlooking it. Either way, trust me, it is bonkers crazy. It is ridiculously fun. And what is better than demon hydras, giant pigmen, and time traveling to alternate realities? Except maybe 1 pound fish, very, very good. 1 pound fish. What? It's an internet meme. Look it up.
Let's face it, Super Mario is probably the most cherished franchise in video game history. There really hasn't been a stinker in the almost 30 years he's been around. New Super Mario Bros. U continues this streak. The first Mario launch title since Mario 64, it's brought our favorite Italian plumber into HD for the first time, and boy does it look great. Where other recent Mario titles have focused on references to Super Mario Bros. 3, New Mario Bros. U takes more of a cue from its younger 16-bit brother Super Mario World. It's got a sprawling continuous world map, bright vivid colors, and wonderful unconventional level designs, not to mention a super fun new power-up in the form of a flying squirrel suit, and the return of the various fat baby Yoshis. The Wii U gamepad also ups the ante when it comes to multiplayer, with a surprisingly satisfying boost mode, which is certainly chaotic, but ultimately very enjoyable. The only way it could have been more satisfying would be if it was a 3D game. It looks incredible, but it doesn't really show off the next-gen capabilities of the Wii U as well as we wanted, kind of like Super Mario Galaxy 2 probably would have. However, this doesn't mean the game we did get is not excellent. Only time will tell, but New Super Mario Bros. U could be a contender for the best 2D Mario of all time, fully deserving a spot earned on this list.
I know what you're thinking. Ninjas beat Super Mario Bros. U? Why? How could you? Simple, plumbers aren't ninjas. Can Mario do this? No, because he isn't a super ninja. Honestly, how do you turn one of the worst games of 2012 into Razor's Edge? The answer is have Nintendo and Team Ninja let their powers combine. Fix all the crap from the last game, bring back dismemberment, suicidal foes, multiple weapons, and have the game's difficulty kick the stuffing out of you. That's how you make an epic game worthy of its name, Ninja Gaiden 3. Also, it doesn't hurt to kiss and make up with your fanbase either. All's forgiven, Team Ninja. All's forgiven. Everything, and I mean everything, the fans wanted is back, and then some. Developer Steel on Bone mechanic is how it's supposed to be. Really gory and intense. Yeah. You want to take out hordes of bad guys? Well, Razor's Edge lets Ryu use multiple weapons. Ninja Gaiden 3 didn't because it sucked. The rewards don't end there either. Razor's Edge features upgradable weapons, new abilities, and bonus content too. But that's not all. They also brought in more female ninja goodness, but no Rachel. Still, Ayane and her exploding kunais make the game even more rad. 'Cause explosions fix everything! Boom! Anyway, Ryu's apprentice from Dragon Sword and Dead or Alive's Kasume joins the party too. You'll never look at the heroine of Dead or Alive the same ever again. I could go on and on how awesome this game is, but it wouldn't be fair to the others on this list, now would it? Because ninjas are awesome, enough said. Personally, if it wasn't for my Netflix K-drama addiction, this game would be my most played Wii U game to date at over 50 hours. Because it's just, oh, it's so good. Hey gamers, that's a wrap. Thus ends my first ever top 10 video. Special thanks to all our guests for contributing on this project, especially during Christmas and New Year's. Thanks so much for watching, and until we meet again gamers, God bless and happy gaming. Later.